Hey everybody, Papa Gord here once again. Sunday night, last good sleep before back to work tomorrow. So it was a great March break. Nice to get away for 5-6 days. Come home, have a few days to relax, and get back to, I guess, normal. So with that being said, day 4 in a row or something like that. So I figured we did, I'm just looking over at my shelf. So we did a bunch of troopers, we did the death troopers, we did the two different Cassians. And after I put the Cassian video up, I was like, oh, you know what? Who belongs with Cassian but K2S0. So, and I love this figure. I think he's fantastic. The only complaint, well, I got maybe 2 complaints. One is, well, yes, he doesn't come with anything, just what you see is what you get. So luckily I've got a couple of extra blasters, so why not? Why couldn't he have come with a blaster? Pretty simple, you know. That would have been pretty good, but and I don't know if you can see. Oh, there we go. It's not too bad. So this one is the red-eyed variant. So again, I don't collect to flip or to resell or anything. So whether the red-eyed one or just the silver-eyed one is got more value, doesn't, you know what, doesn't really matter. I'm not going to go out of my way to try to find the other version of this, just like the red-armed C-3PO, that there's a darker or a lighter shade of red, like whatever. So I mean, okay, is it kind of neat that I got the red one? Yeah, okay, sure. I didn't even know there was a variant until I think one of the toy shows I went to within the last couple of months anyways. One of the guys had this one for sale, one of the vendors, and I think he had a pretty ridiculous price tag. I mean, I scored this one off of Amazon Canada at a really cheap price, right? Going into the Christmas season, maybe even earlier than that. I think I've had him longer than Christmas, but I think he was like down on sale for like $11 or something like that. So definitely a good grab. But yeah, so I think the vendor, he had a pretty kind of ridiculous, and he had to point out to me, well, it's got the red eyes. It's the variant, so it makes it more valuable and a lot harder to find. And the minute I got home, I went, and that was before I had my open shelf, so I had him in the very far corner, so I had to take like 15 figures out to get to him and pull him out, and I was like, oh, I got the red-eyed one, woohoo, whatever. So good for me, I guess. What? But you know, it is what it is. So I don't know. Do you guys have the red-eyed one or the plain Jane one? Well, let me know down in the comment section. But I mean, other than that, like, you know, he's got crazy articulation on between the neck and even just a straight head. I think he's, you know, he's really, really good. I mean, you know, for a robot, you compare him to, I mean, you can't compare him to C-3PO, but really, like, you know, he's got arms that move, for the love of God. You know, he's got hinges on both of his wrists. Okay, that's not so bad. And, you know, he does have a little bit of out. Oh no, I guess he has a lot. Yeah, it shows you how much I've really fiddled around with them, because sometimes seeing joints like that makes me a little bit nervous. So, but oh, that's pretty cool. So there, I learned something myself. And you know, he's got some twisting going on. No rocking or whichever, side to side or back, just, but again, he's a droid, so, and you know, got just crazy, and between his feet, you know, and he's got rocker. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he's great. I just think he's fantastic. He was one of my favorite characters in Rogue One. I thought, you know, it was awesome. Just, yeah, I'm just kind of babbling on now. But again, like I said, a couple issues that I had, and one was the fact that he didn't come with any accessories. And the only other thing too is, with mine anyways, is this one leg is a little loose. I suppose I could probably try to mess around with it maybe a little bit to, get it a little, maybe a little more stiff. But I do have to tend to stick him in the back of my shelf and lean him a little bit, because there are quite a few times that when I had him in my old cabinet, that depending on how much vibration the kids were making, running around on the main level or whatnot, sometimes he'd rattle and either slide and boom, domino effect and knock everybody down. But yeah, K2, I think he's fantastic. He's definitely, I think, again, sorry guys, I'm just looking off. Not that they've made a ton of droids besides a load of astromechs, a couple of versions of C-3PO, I guess, for LOM or for LOM, however you want to call him, IG-88. So yeah, we do have a few, but I think he's the best one. Mind you, I don't have the battle droid from episode 1 yet. Hopefully very, very soon. I got shipping confirmation from Dorkside saying that some stuff is being shipped to me as we speak, so I'll be doing an unboxing and reviews on, well, we'll have to see, because I have a few things coming from Dorkside. But yeah, so K2, I think he's fantastic. Thoughts? And we're going to do just, again, one more, since it looks like I'm doing all the Rogue One guys. So I figured he doesn't, well, I guess, I mean, that's an Imperial droid. So let's do Director Krennic. So, again, not much to say. I think, facially, not bad. I think he's got a decent resemblance to Ben Mendelsohn. Definitely, again, worst face sculpts out there. So I think he's great. At least he's a little different looking, that he's got the white Imperial dress uniform, just instead of just the all military gray like Piet and Tarkin. So yeah, I know that there's probably some reused parts on here for sure. But, he's not an overly horrible figure by any means. My guy's really tight in the waist, so I don't really do a whole lot with him. His blaster's not too bad. At least it's kind of two-tone with the gray and kind of like a beigey brownie kind of color. But it's a very clean, immaculate looking blaster that he has, and he's got his holster. So again, something a little bit different than some of the other Imperial officers. So, but again, I think he doesn't look horrible by any means, and I actually really like the white. Again, like Grand Admiral Thrawn, he really stands out, but I think it's the blue face that goes against the white officer dress uniform that I think makes him pop a little bit more in those really red eyes. But I think he's done pretty well. My guy's got he's a little loose in the leg area there, but again, and then he's got his dress cape or what have you. I usually don't really leave the cape on him too much. I mean, there's some nice detailing and what have you on there. I don't really understand the whole, like, what those are. I don't know. Has he got pockets in his cape? Beats me. But yeah, I mean, again, there is some detail with him, and he's got some pretty good, his range isn't too bad, so he's got some good head waggle. Yeah, he's got a little bit of room to look up a bit. Again, they could have put a slightly deeper cut, I think, in the arm joint, the elbow joint there, and he would have been able to get a better bend. And again, at least he came with a weapon, and he had so kind of two accessories. But yeah, he's good, not a bad looking figure. You got to have some of the bad guys, and at least you have him to stand there and put a couple of the death troopers in behind him, and yeah, I think you're looking pretty good. So yeah, glad to have him as well. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, so we got Krennic and we got K2, and you can't kind of which one's better, but I mean ultimately I think it's K2 for sure. I think he's just fantastic. So I love seeing some of the smaller details, and at least with some of the paint apps they put in to kind of make a few more of his joints and what have you kind of stand out a little bit more. So I think he's pretty solid. But anyways, that is going to do it for me tonight. Like I said, back to work tomorrow. But you know what? I always like to kind of flake out a little bit when I get home from work late at night. So I think we'll just kind of continue with this, and fingers crossed. I'm hoping for some mailbag stuff to come in, and I can open it up and show you guys what I've been kind of buying lately. So unfortunately, in-store has been horrible. There's nothing in my area to even go back and look for some older, the orange and black box, or the blue and black box as well. There's nowhere around here unless I want to head into Toronto, and I don't like driving in traffic like that, so I won't be doing that anytime soon. But with that being said, it's going to do it for me. So comment, share, subscribe, like. Let me know your thoughts on those couple of figures. Anybody besides Bodhi that you think that they should still make? Are we done with Rogue One? Or, could we pop out a couple other guys? I think, like I've said previously, like Saul Guerrera, his number 2 henchman guy, Mon Mothma, any of the rebel pilots, I don't know. So let me know. I will respond for sure. I always love doing that with you guys. So again, all that usual YouTube mumbo jumbo, and I think that's going to do it. So have a great night, eh?